It's not a disease, it's worms. Are you feeling this? Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about signs and symptoms that some people have and think it's a health problem or a disease, but it's actually a worm infection. This is very common. The person thinks they have a health problem, treats it, but never gets better because it wasn't what they thought. It was worms. I'll explain what this is and what you can do to avoid getting worms. You'll love this video, so stick around until the end because you won't want to miss any information. Stay tuned as I'll also be answering questions that some of you have left in the comments of previous videos, and your question might be similar. If you enjoy nutrition tips, gut health, and fitness, you'll love our channel. So, subscribe now. Remember to hit the bell icon to get notified. I have new videos every day, and you'll definitely enjoy them. Let's start talking more about this topic, because I know everyone is interested in worms. In fact, there will be a video here talking more about worm symptoms, which is very comprehensive. If you haven't watched it yet, I'll leave it here for you to watch. Many people get worried just thinking about it. The symptoms are nonspecific and can be confused with other things. That's the problem. Since the symptoms can resemble many other conditions, sometimes it's hard to identify that it's worms. It's rare, right? When you have a symptom, thinking it's worms right away. Normally, we think it's something more serious, a severe illness. I'll tell you about the main confusions people make. Remember, there's a video here if you want to learn more about worm symptoms in detail. Let me know below if you've ever had worms, if you've seen worms when using the bathroom, or if you've done a stool test and found worms. What kind of worm was it, and what did you do to resolve it? Did you take any medicine or try a home remedy? I know many people try that. Ideally, whenever you have a parasitic infection, you should see a doctor and take appropriate medicine to get rid of the infection. Although worms don't kill, they can cause chronic health problems, weaken immunity, and even lead to other diseases. I'll talk more about this now. When we talk about worm infection, we're referring to parasitic diseases. There are 3 specific types of parasitic infections. We have those caused by protozoa, which are single-celled organisms, like Giardia, which causes giardiasis. I'll explain more about this. There are also parasitic infections caused by multicellular worms, like roundworms, which are larger. Additionally, we have external parasites, like lice and ticks, but I won't discuss them now. I'll focus on the worms that inhabit our digestive tract and can cause symptoms that mimic a disease. The presence of worms causes symptoms that seem like a disease, but it's actually a parasitic infection. It's important to talk about this because it's very common for people to have worms. Unfortunately, it's easy to get worms. You can touch something contaminated and then put your hand in your mouth, or eat a poorly washed salad in a restaurant where hygiene isn't great, with cross-contamination, like using the same cutting board for raw meat and salad. Therefore, it's important to know the symptoms so you don't think it's something more serious and seek the right help to cure it. Many people think they have problems with indigestion or fatty liver because they have diarrhea, abdominal pain, excessive gas, stomach pain, and greasy stools. They think it's a liver problem, try to improve their diet, stop drinking, but don't improve. This could be giardiasis. If you have these gastric symptoms and greasy stools and aren't improving, and have already checked that your liver is healthy, remember to investigate with a stool test, as it could be a parasitic infection causing these problems. Another confusion is thinking you have rotavirus or a viral infection, which causes abdominal pain, fever, discomfort, nausea, and even weight loss. If these symptoms persist for a long time, it's important to investigate if it's a cryptosporidium parasitic infection, which causes exactly these symptoms. Sometimes, you think it's a virus or something that didn't sit well, but it's actually a parasite. Another infection that should be investigated is toxoplasmosis, caused by Toxoplasma gondii. Oh, I forgot to tell you the news. Click on the link in the description or on our first pinned comment and get your free ebook now to start deworming. People think they have the flu or a cold because the symptoms are very similar. Body aches, joint pain, swollen joints, swollen lymph nodes, fever, fatigue, and feeling weak. The person thinks they have a cold, but they actually have toxoplasmosis. This is especially important for pregnant women, as toxoplasmosis during pregnancy is very dangerous for the baby, potentially causing serious developmental problems and even miscarriage. Therefore, If you're pregnant or have a compromised immune system and start experiencing these symptoms, it's crucial to investigate if it could be toxoplasmosis. When we talk about parasites, we often think about the digestive tract, but they can attack other parts of the body too. Besides ectoparasites like lice and ticks, which stay on the skin, parasites can also infect the reproductive system. An example is Trichomonas vaginalis, which is sexually transmitted. If someone is infected and has unprotected sex, they can pass the parasite to another person. Using a condom during sexual intercourse is crucial to prevent this infection. In women, symptoms of Trichomonas vaginalis are similar to yeast infections: whitish discharge, burning, redness, and pelvic pain. When a woman has these symptoms, she often thinks it's a yeast infection. Remember, we have a video on the channel about yeast infections. Yeast infection is not a parasitic infection, but rather an imbalance in vaginal flora and is not a sexually transmitted disease. It's very important to visit a gynecologist regardless of the type of discharge you have. The doctor needs to examine you, check for other symptoms, and evaluate the type of discharge. They are specialists who can determine if it's Trichomonas vaginalis and provide the right treatment. This is crucial because if this infection is not treated, it can even cause fertility problems in women. So, never self-medicate. Always seek medical attention. Many people are concerned about parasitic infections and want to know if some people are more susceptible to getting infected. Indeed, people with weakened immune systems are at higher risk. Additionally, those who do not properly clean their food, like washing vegetables and fruits or drinking untreated water, are also at higher risk. For instance, if an infected animal or human feces come into contact with water or soil where food is grown, it can cause contamination. It may sound extreme, but untreated sewage reaching a plantation after rain can contaminate food. Therefore, it's always very important to thoroughly clean vegetables, fruits, and greens, especially if consumed raw. A good solution is to use 1 liter of water with a tablespoon of sodium hypochlorite to ensure your food is clean and safe. Also, I have a video talking more about this, including tips on diet if you suffer from parasitic infections. I'll leave the link in the description for you to check out. But remember, it's very important to visit a gynecologist regardless of the type of discharge you have. The doctor needs to examine you, check for other symptoms, and evaluate the type of discharge. They are specialists who can determine if it's Trichomonas vaginalis and provide the right treatment. This is crucial because if this infection is not treated, it can even cause fertility problems in women. So, never self-medicate. Always seek medical attention. Many people worry about parasitic infections and want to know if certain individuals are more prone to getting infected. Indeed, people with weakened immune systems are at higher risk. Additionally, those who do not properly clean their food, such as washing vegetables, fruits, or drinking untreated water, also face increased risk. For example, if an infected animal or human feces come into contact with water or soil where food is grown, this can cause contamination. It may seem extreme, but untreated sewage reaching a plantation after rain can contaminate food. Therefore, it's always very important to thoroughly clean vegetables, fruits, and greens, especially if consumed raw. A good solution is to use 1 liter of water with a tablespoon of sodium hypochlorite to ensure your food is clean and safe. Additionally, remember to always filter or boil water before consumption. Water may appear clean, but it can contain parasites that are not visible to the naked eye. People who work with human feces, such as in daycare centers, may be more susceptible to parasitic infections. Children, who often put their hands in their mouths, touch soil, and may not be as vigilant about hygiene, also face higher risks. Therefore, those who work with young children should take extra care. Always wash your hands before eating, after using the bathroom, and before preparing any meal. This simple habit significantly reduces the risk of contracting a parasitic infection. Now, I'll address some frequently asked questions related to today's topic, sent by our subscribers in the comments of previous videos. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Rachel Anderson, Houston, Texas. Hello, intestinal life. I have a lump that moves around in my abdomen. It hurts a lot, and so far, tests haven't shown anything abnormal. My stool test was positive for Ascaris lumbricoides. I've taken several medications, but the lump hasn't gone away. I also have excessive gas, no appetite, and I've lost a lot of weight. I'm scheduled for a colonoscopy to investigate further. What could be happening, and what should I do? Rachel, I'm sorry you're going through this. Ascaris lumbricoides, also known as roundworm, can cause many of the symptoms you've described, such as abdominal pain, excessive gas, and loss of appetite. The presence of a moving lump could indicate a large number of worms or a mass of moving worms in your intestine. Despite having taken antiparasitic medications such as ivermectin, Anita, albendazole, and secnidazole, some infections may be resistant or require more specific and prolonged treatments. It's crucial that you follow your doctor's guidance and proceed with the colonoscopy, as this examination can help identify the exact cause of your symptoms and check for any blockages or additional complications in the intestine. Furthermore, your doctor may consider other investigations to rule out conditions that could be causing your symptoms, such as secondary infections or gastrointestinal issues unrelated to parasites. In the meantime, continue to maintain good dietary hygiene and watch for signs of dehydration or malnutrition given the significant weight loss. Keep open communication with your doctor, and if needed, seek a second opinion to ensure you receive the best possible care. I hope you find relief soon, and may the colonoscopy provide clear answers for your treatment. God bless you and help you find healing quickly. Sarah Thompson, Seattle, Washington. How can I tell if the symptoms I'm experiencing are due to worms or another illness? Love your videos. Our team appreciates your viewership, Sarah. Symptoms of worms can resemble other illnesses, such as abdominal pain, diarrhea, fever, and fatigue. It's important to undergo stool tests and consult a doctor for an accurate diagnosis. John Smith, Los Angeles, California. Hello, intestinal life. Could you make a video about intestinal dysbiosis and diet? The symptoms are similar to this issue, and doctors aren't suspecting it. What else can I do to investigate and treat dysbiosis? John, intestinal dysbiosis occurs when there's an imbalance in the gut's bacterial flora, leading to symptoms like gas, abdominal bloating, changes in bowel habits, and even fatigue and skin problems. These symptoms can resemble other digestive conditions, which can complicate diagnosis. To investigate intestinal dysbiosis, in addition to consulting a gastroenterologist, you might consider undergoing specific tests for gut microbiota, such as PCR testing for microbiome analysis. These tests can provide detailed information about the bacteria composition in your intestine and help your doctor identify specific imbalances. Additionally, keeping a food diary can be helpful in identifying foods that may be exacerbating your symptoms. Foods rich in fiber and probiotics, such as yogurt and kefir, can help promote a healthy intestinal environment. It's important to clearly communicate your symptoms to your doctor and discuss your concerns regarding the possibility of intestinal dysbiosis. If necessary, seeking a second opinion can help confirm the diagnosis and ensure you receive appropriate treatment, which may include dietary adjustments, probiotics, and in some cases, specific treatments to restore intestinal balance. Emily Johnson, Miami, Florida. In my case, I sometimes suffer from excessive gas. Could this be worms? What worm causes gas? Can I take any worm medicine? Emily, excessive gas can be caused by various conditions, including digestive issues like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, food intolerances, or even the presence of intestinal parasites such as worms. One worm that can cause gas is Giardia lamblia, a protozoan that infects the small intestine and can result in symptoms like gas, abdominal cramps, and diarrhea. However, before starting any worm treatment, it's essential to obtain an accurate diagnosis. Consult a doctor to perform proper tests, such as stool examinations, which can detect the presence of parasites. The type of worm medicine varies depending on the specific type of parasite found. Medications like albendazole, mebendazole, or praziquantel are commonly prescribed depending on the specific type of worm identified. Self-medicating may not be effective and can even be harmful if the diagnosis is incorrect. Therefore, it's crucial to follow your doctor's guidance to ensure safe and effective treatment. If you suspect parasites due to symptoms of gas and other gastrointestinal symptoms, don't hesitate to seek medical help for an accurate diagnosis and a suitable treatment plan. John Davis, Austin, Texas. What are the main signs of Trichomonas vaginalis infection? The main signs of Trichomonas vaginalis infection include white vaginal discharge, burning sensation, redness, and pelvic pain. Consult a gynecologist for proper diagnosis and treatment. Emily Carter, Boston, Massachusetts. Can I self-medicate if I think I have worms? It's not recommended to self-medicate. Always consult a doctor for a proper diagnosis and appropriate treatment. Self-medication can worsen the situation or mask other health problems. Michael Johnson, Denver, Colorado. How can I prevent parasitic infections? Thoroughly wash foods before consuming, drink filtered or boiled water, and maintain good hygiene practices such as washing hands before eating and after using the bathroom. Jessica White, Miami, Florida. How can toxoplasmosis affect a pregnant woman? Toxoplasmosis can be very dangerous for pregnant women, as it can cause serious fetal complications and even miscarriage. It's important to consult a doctor if there's suspicion of toxoplasmosis. David Wilson, Chicago, Illinois. Are children more susceptible to parasitic infections? Yes, children are more susceptible to parasitic infections due to poor hygiene practices, such as putting dirty hands in their mouths. Teach them to wash their hands regularly to prevent infections. Amanda Brown, Los Angeles, California. What's the best way to sanitize fruits and vegetables to prevent parasites? The best way is to wash fruits and vegetables with a solution of 1 liter of water to 1 tablespoon of sodium hypochlorite. Soak them for a few minutes and then rinse thoroughly. Kevin Martinez, New York, New York. Is drinking water from natural sources safe? It's not safe to drink water from natural sources like streams or springs without treatment, as they may contain parasites. Always filter or boil water before consuming. Laura Smith, San Francisco, California. What should I do if I suspect I have giardiasis? If you suspect you have giardiasis, which can cause diarrhea and greasy stools, consult a doctor and get a stool examination to confirm the infection and start appropriate treatment. James Taylor,
Phoenix, Oz.
How can Cryptosporidium infection be confused with viruses? Cryptosporidium infection causes symptoms like abdominal pain, fever, nausea, and vomiting, which are similar to viruses like rotavirus. If symptoms persist, consult a doctor for an accurate diagnosis. Remember, I have other videos discussing worms on this channel, including one about papaya seeds, which many find intriguing. I'll leave the link in the description for you to check out. Let me know if you've had worms before and what you did to improve. I'd love to see your comment. Like the video and share it with anyone who would appreciate or needs this information. Let's spread this health awareness together. Until next time, stay healthy,